Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, as you can clearly see, I am not in my studio in my basement. I'm here in Buffalo, New York, here at the homegoing of Bishop T. Anthony Bronner, a dear friend. And today, my manna, morning manna, is a tribute to him. It's a tribute to him and his service to the community, the city of Buffalo and upstate New York. And that's what my morning manna is on this morning. And that is all about self serving, serving it up, and all of those things. I'm going to give you the text to talk to take away 5 minutes or less, of course, but a personal note, I was consecrated a couple of years after we came up together in our ministries, both non denominational churches planted. God has helped Elam here in Buffalo, New York, New Life there in O'Fallon, Illinois. I became a covenant brother and knew him very well and dearly. It was a safe space for me. And this morning, I want to dedicate in this continuing manner. Yesterday, I talked about serving. And this morning, not just serving it up, but self serving, and not what you think when I mean that. It's going to be the text to talk to take away 5 minutes or less. I want you to share that, but let me give you a little bit of backdrop. Let me give you a little bit of backdrop, and then you will clearly understand what I'm talking about with respect to a person that was very much a person that served and served well. Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day. Here we are. The text is Matthew 20:28. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. The man that the text is referring to, of course, is Jesus, and we ought to be like Jesus. And Bishop T. Anthony Bronner was a person very much like Jesus with respect to his entire life, but in particular, his service. From an adjunct professor, a graduate of Colgate, Rochester Colgate Divinity School, with a doctorate in ministry degree, a planter of churches, an apostolic calling on his life, not only the church planted here, Elam, but the fellowship that followed that planting, turning the world upside down, a chorus and quorum of churches all throughout the country following his lead. A tremendous orator, tremendous orator. Never seen a man that could minister the word without Bible. Not that it was for show, but it was because it was in his heart, with no notes, and absolutely preach you happy from your brain to your heart. Bring you to a conviction, bring you to a celebration of who God is. Not just that, but a community person. I remember well as when I came to the community of Fallon, Illinois, on the east side of St. Louis, and the east side of the Mississippi. I remember a priest who said that we're called to pastor the community in addition to pastoring our churches. He was just that. As I drove up on the wake ceremony tonight, and then and of course, I'm recording this because I will be in the worship experience about time you're watching this. But the fact of the matter, when I drove up, I saw the housing in the middle of the hood, but brand new affordable housing all around the church. The church is a focal center of the community. Here in Buffalo, if you remember a couple years ago, when someone came and killed people at the grocery store, it's in that community this church is in. And he was recognized as one of the faith leaders to lead everybody out of that despair. At the beginning of his ministry, and I'll get to the text to talk and the takeaway, but I want to give you some context about a person who served all the way and gave all of himself to it. When he began coming up from Philadelphia up to Buffalo, and more than 25 years ago, started a prayer ministry. And that prayer ministry filled the church for 3 years straight, 6 o'clock in the morning. People all around upstate Buffalo and upstate New York will come to pray at 6 o'clock in the morning and fill the church for 3 years in a row. What a servant. So when I look at this, we see the hymn writer who says that we should be like Jesus, how we long to be like him in Matthew 20:28. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. That's right. So here's the context about the text that kind of puts it all in perspective. In a world obsessed with me, myself, and I, Jesus flips the script. Kingdom greatness never starts with self-service. It starts with self-sacrifice. While culture teaches people to climb ladders, Jesus and the man I know called Bishop T. Anthony Bronner taught us to carry towels. Yeah, towels that you wrap around your waist and wash the feet of those whom you're serving. In Matthew 20, the disciples were arguing about the position, the perks, the platform, and power. They wanted seats, not service. Jesus says, I want service and not people who are seeking a seat. Not folk who want a status, but people who are really looking to serve. Serving isn't a chore, it's a calling, it's not a punishment, it's a privilege. It's not lesser, it's leadership. So here we are. Here we are on this Tuesday morning, in which we are going to celebrate the life of the Bishop, the Right Reverend, the Most Right Reverend, actually, T. Anthony Bronner. What does this mean? Some people talk about service. He lived it. Some people just teach about service. He was a sermon in action that you could see it. But every now and then, God raises up someone like him who embodies service. The Bishop, the Most Reverend T. Anthony Bronner of Buffalo, New York, coming out of Philadelphia, was a pastor's pastor, a servant's servant, a kingdom general, and a dear friend of mine. I just talked with him no more than 2 weeks ago about how I needed his help to consecrate a bishop that was coming under my covering and fellowship. He said, yes, I'll serve just like him. In fact, he asked about it. Hey, can I serve? His unexpected passing 2 Sundays ago was a shock to us, not because he wasn't ready, but because he served with such force, with such consistency, with such joy, that his absence leaves a real kingdom gap. Now, the late Bishop T. Anthony Bronner, he didn't chase titles, he carried towels. He didn't demand honor, he displayed humility. He did not just preach service, he practiced it. And his life reminds us that true greatness isn't measured by position, but by posture. And his posture was prayer with great humility. and great humor, great personality, great character will fill a room with his persona and this presence of the Lord upon his heart. So there's three things I want you to remember, and hopefully we can emulate. One, he served beyond self. Bishop Bronner lived Matthew 20:28 in real time. He wasn't self-serving, he was self-giving. His ministry in Buffalo reached the overlooked, uplifting the hurting, and empowered people to walk in their God-given identity. Serving wasn't his duty, it was his DNA. He led through love. His leadership wasn't loud, it was loving, which meant that you could not help but hear it. He led with compassion, prayer, and presence. He taught us that serving is not weakness, but kingdom strength. That the greatness and greatest leaders don't stand above people, they stand with them, and he did. The third thing I want you to get from this tribute to him, he modeled Jesus to the end, from the pulpit to the pavement, from the sanctuary to the streets. Bishop T. Anthony Bronner, the most right Reverend T. Anthony Bronner, Dr. T. Anthony Bronner, lived like Jesus, giving, guiding, restoring, encouraging. His life was a sermon. His service was worship. His legacy is influence that will outlive him because it will live in and through us. So on this Tuesday morning, I want you to remember him, though this is a little longer than normal. He was a dear friend of mine, and the very least I can do is give him this time. So if you want to honor him, be like him as he was like Christ, serving faithfully, joyfully, sacrificially. Because at the end of the day, greatness is not found in being served. It is found in becoming a servant, as Jesus told the squabbling, arguing disciples who were seeking a seat and not to serve. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you. Give you peace. Please pray for me as I grieve the loss of a covenant brother. Don't have many, but I do have that brother. And I'll see him. I'll see him, as we all, when we live a life of service. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. Pray for travel mercies so I can get back home tomorrow, or tonight, I should say, late tonight. God bless you. Bye now.